Hi everyone. Today I'm going to talk about the different supplements that I'm on or the ones that I will be taking soon for fertility. I've only got about 20 minutes before I have to go, so I'm hoping that will keep me concise, but if I need longer I'm just going to have to dub over it at some point. So let's get into it. So number one, anybody who's in the fertility world will know this book. Hopefully you guys can see it. It's not the be-all and end-all if you don't get it. The information is also online and is up to date. This is kept up to date, but it will be delayed by a couple of years. So if you want ultra up to date, you'd have to go on its website. It's a wealth of information. Now, it's not without its flaws, and you would have to seek your own opinion of whether you trust it, whether you don't. Myself, I come from a science background, and so I'm familiar with scientific papers and researching them and reading them and you know, seeing if they're legit. And this here, out of the whole book, this is the reference list, and that's reasonably small writing as well. So you can see everything that's mentioned in here as a fact is backed up by research, by peer-reviewed papers. The only thing is, and it's something to bear in mind, is that some of the research papers have been done with a small sample size. So for example, ideally for medical papers you would want well over 1,000 participants. The more the merrier. The majority, however, when they're funded by PhDs and things like that, they are small. They are 5 people, 20, 50, 100. So I would just bear that in mind when you're doing it. For me, because I quite enjoy reading scientific papers, so I will find a fact that I like or that I'm curious about, and then I'll look up the reference, and then I'll read up on that and see whether, for me, I trust that paper or that paper is backed up by others. The best thing to do is, if you find a paper and it says, oh, it's only got maybe 20 sample sizes, see where that paper has referenced others and then look in that reference, and then it's a trail back of different references, but you get the gist. It's well worth a read. You do not have to read it all at once. There are sections of this I'm purposely not reading because I'm not at that stage of my fertility treatment yet. And so if I read it now, it's not going to sink in. So for now, I'm just reading the bits that are important for me at this stage. Next is multivitamins. So I've got a few different ones here. This one is a generic one from Tesco's, Chewy Vites. It's because it's kind of a sweet form, so it will not have the amount that your body requires. It never does in this form, but there's a couple of ingredients on it that are the required amount, and so factoring in your food as well. So I just take it just to be on the safe side, to be honest, and also because I'm dieting, for me this is like my sweet treat, just having one of these. With that is a generic prenatal vitamin, or vitamin I should say. So this one is Pregnacare, and it actually comes, the one that I get has got fish oil as well. However, I'm going to stop getting that one because I'm going to put the fish oil in something else because it's disgusting. So yeah, this is just, again, a generic one, but for pre-pregnancy, pregnancy, post-pregnancy in mind. I've researched, and I spent on and off over a couple of months researching the different ones that are out there, and truthfully, for the money, this one is perfectly fine. There are ones that claim to be better, but when you look at the ingredients, they're exactly the same, or there might be 1 or 2 minor differences that you can supplement elsewhere for much cheaper. So this is a bargain. It's also easily accessible because it's at Tesco's. The next one is vitamin D. So I take, it's 3,000 IU. I'm taking that at the moment. I'm getting my bloods done soon. So I'm hoping that they will actually look at my vitamin D levels, because it's not unknown for people up here to be prescribed 10,000, even 20,000. because we are chronically deficient in vitamin D here. So we'll see, but I really like these ones because they're tiny. I really struggle with taking vitamins or any pills. So these are great, I can actually take them, and they pretty much, I take them with a swig of coffee and they pretty much melt in my mouth just from the warmth of the coffee. The next thing that I take is Folic Alpha. And these are in sachets. You have 2 a day, morning and night preferable. I don't tend to do that. I drink throughout the day, so I tend to put them in like a big jug and then just consume that gradually. It's giving you folic acid or folate. Folic acid is kind of the human-made version of folate. So it's vitamin B9, I think. And basically it's considered the most important supplement. I'm sorry about the lighting, by the way. I'm trying a bit further away because every time I go up close, the camera seems to blur. So I'm seeing if it will reduce the blurriness, but now the lighting is horrendous. Okay, I've had to move due to the sun absolutely being blinding today. So as I was saying, Folic Alpha, this one has myo-inositol in it, and you tend to pair folic acid with myo-inositol, makes them both more effective. They're very, very important. You'll always have folic acid added to prenatals, so I already have some there, but it's not nearly a high enough concentrate. So I have a dedicated source for that, and this I've been taking on and off for 3-4 years, maybe even 5 years, and so because of that, even though I'm not for want of a better word, breeding right now, I am hoping that this will benefit me when it comes to egg retrieval. I'm hoping it will help just everything be healthy. What it does is, or what folic acid and paired with myo-inositol does is it basically works in DNA synthesizing, cell division, really important for eggs. So this is something that I will always continue. The benefit of this one is that it is a powder as well. So COQ10 is something that I don't have right now, but I have done in the past, and I will get back into it soon, again through probably a gummy form. Again, aids cell division, cell growth. It helps with mitochondrial energy. So again, it's just all related to cells and development of the cells, eggs, the embryo, and then the fetus. This book does suggest quite a lot of supplements that I won't be taking. I've looked into them. They're all just related to being antioxidants, anti-inflammatories, which are really important, but your diet should be able to do that. There's no outstanding research at the moment for me that goes beyond eating the amount of blueberries that I already eat and exercising and, just being mindful of all those sorts of things. So I potentially will have additional supplements in the future if a clinic deems it necessary, but at the moment I just don't need to. Another supplement I do not have at the moment that I really should have is B12. A lot of people are thought to be deficient in B12. Notoriously, a lot of vegans are deficient in it, but it depends on the person, to be honest. You can have meat eaters that are deficient in B12. So it really does depend. At the moment, I'm not adding to it. I'm not adding it to my diet. Again, I'm going to wait for my bloods and see if they come back with anything. I've got like 10 minutes until I have to go. So the next lot that I'm currently taking are not related technically to fertility. I'm taking them for my other reasons, but nevertheless, they are, for one, not harmful to your uterus, eggs, and then fetus, and I'm taking them for my own needs. So, vitamin C with a collagen. This one is multi-collagen protein. This one has got, what is it? This is a mix of bovine collagen, wild-caught fish collagen, free-range chicken collagen, and eggshell membrane collagen. So I'm really sorry for the vegetarians and vegans out there. I know one of my friends is, and I am sorry. Normally I don't consume bovine in particular, but I take my battles, and at the moment this one is the one that works for me, and I just need to break my own rules occasionally for what I need health-wise. I'm taking this for my own personal reasons with vitamin C. If you're taking collagen, whether it be a bovine, a fish, a mix, or a vegan version, you have to take it with vitamin C because, well, you don't have to, a lot of people don't, but you're paying a lot of money for these things, for especially tubs of this size, you're paying quite a bit, and you would only be able to absorb minimal amounts if you weren't taking a concentrated dose in vitamin C. So that's what I do. I take a vitamin C. This is 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C per tablet. And this one is also really great because not only does it taste like orange juice, but although the pill is big, it's as sweet. It's you suck on it, which is fantastic because, again, I suck at taking pills. The next one that I am starting to take again after many years of not, and will probably end up having to continue to take it, is metformin. These pills are enormous. They are horrible. They taste vile. I try and break them up, but even still I have to crunch on them a bit to get them smaller. They're just, I hate them, but they tend to be needed for anybody with PCOS or for anybody who's diabetic. I'm getting tested for diabetes soon, and I have PCOS. When you take myo-inositol with folic acid, they tend to say, and my 3 different gynecologists I've seen have agreed that I shouldn't need to take this if I'm taking this. That's likely only the case if you have PCOS and not diabetes. I think if you have diabetes, yeah, this or semaglutide or something like that is probably what's going to be needed. So we'll see. I'm hopeful that maybe I'm not diabetic and I'm just pre-diabetic. Another thing for my own personal preference is biotin. This is a tiny pill. It's the same size as the vitamin D pill, and it's just tiny. It's absolutely tiny. And I take this because due to PCOS, my hair is thinning and I don't want to go bald yet, so I'm taking it for that. This don't need all the time, but this is actually partly to do with anti-inflammatory a little bit, and I'm taking this when I need to. Claritin is a non-drowsy version of Piriton, which is for hay fever, things like that. And then last but not least, amitriptyline. So I won't show the package because it's got my thing on it. But this is tiny. I haven't taken mine today, so I'm going to take it now. Recently, due to my exercise levels and I've been building an enormous shelf display, and that, along with lifting a lot of hay, has meant that I am in a lot of pain up here. My nerves have been reactive. My muscles are inflamed, which are pushing on the nerves. So I've been in a lot of pain recently. I've had a lot of migraines. So recently I've been taking these more than what I was. So I have been tapering off them, but if I need them, I need them. I was up to 4. I'm going to take 2 and see how I get on. I also just want to mention, remember, this is just for me, based on my research, my readings, being proactive with what I've researched and double checking it and backing it, not just using Instagram, TikTok, or whatever, and looking at a gynecologist on there that might suggest something. If they suggested something, look at what they're citing and then review it for yourself and decide whether you agree with that research, because research is fact, but look at who's funded it, look at the sample size, do all of that, and then you'll know for yourself whether you've tried hard enough. Because at the end of the day, if I come out of this and I don't end up with a child, I don't then want to look back and feel guilty at things that I feel like I could have done. Right now, I know enough to know that, okay, I've made the right choices for what I need at this point in time, and that's all there is to it. So that's everything. If I've left anything out, I'll edit in post video, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.